It makes sense. Okay, so posture was a thing we could see on that left-hand side that for me was sort of a glaring issue there. Very straight up with the spine. What we're looking for really, Jamie, is that blue and green line to be a bit more kind of towards a 90 degrees, which you're not really kind of creating now. The way we're going to do that, okay, is start with feet together and then basically do this, just bow to the golf ball. So you can see now when you put the club down here, that line there and that line there is more, a bit more, to be fair, I'm honest, is more towards a 90 degree, okay? And then you build your grip around that. Legs are still straight, and then when you put your feet apart, you just soften them for comfort, okay? If we clear these lines here now, just looking at those two setups side by side, much better movement on the right-hand side here now. And again, as you look down, you could probably see there, if we go from your eye line there now, I would say, hang on, that's not your eye line there. Probably knees might be getting in the way there, where I would say you could see your laces a lot more comfortably there, just with a better setup, okay? Now, if we look at the left-hand swing, because the posture being a little bit too steep, backswing there's not too bad, but you can't really rotate as effectively, so the swing now kind of gets a bit sort of complete now with a bit of sort of this waving with the club, okay? And now we're coming down sort of across the ball, standing up to try and find some space because you're just too close to the ball, didn't have enough space to create, and then you're off the side of the club and the ball shoots off, as you can see off the right there, bit of a sort of thinny, shanky one trying to save it. This one here, now the one thing I like about this, if we put a line through here, as you swing back, okay, so the club goes back, nice there, okay. Club now is 90 degrees to that spine angle. You go a bit beyond what you're used to because you're not used to being able to rotate that much, and now you can. So just a bit mindful of that sort of thing. We'll go through it in more detail. And as you come back, look at the difference in the spine. The spine now is staying on that blue line, got the space for your arms to swing, good strike, and releasing through to a nice sort of full follow through, ball going down the range over again, a good full movement. Your body can kind of rotate a lot more effectively now because your posture's better. Your spine angle now is like a car axle. If the car axle's kind of bent and skew, if that car ain't going to go very well down the road, is it, okay? If we can get it nice and straight, get you in a better position in terms of your spine angle there. Golf has predominantly got a lot of 90 degrees, okay? 90 degree spine angle to shaft angle, okay? 90 degrees in terms of kind of like your feet alignment to the target line, okay? Posture alignment's good, okay? 90 degree wrist hinge when you go back here. So if we look from sort of this angle, we'd see sort of a 90 degree wrist hinge in your arm at the club. Your shoulder turns 90 degrees, okay? As you come back to the golf ball and try and maintain, see how the shaft is rising? See the hands there? So your hands will just do that. Now that's possibly if I'm being a bit critical more than we want. I don't want to start thinking about any other thing at the moment now. I want you to get in that better posture and let your body to rotate more effectively. And at the moment now, as much as setup doesn't seem a difficult thing to change, you've still got this, where am I need to be? And your whole focus needs to be on getting that right. Because if you start working on maybe some other things on the downswing, you'll get them adjusted, but you'll neglect the setup, which will restrict the chance of you doing what you want to do in the downswing anyway. So yes, it's a little bit higher than normal, but again, come back to the golf ball there now. You're swinging through again, shaft angle there, spine angle I suppose is about there, not far from sort of 90 degrees there. And then through to your nice little follow through there. Again, your foot you generally see up on the ground there. Again, sort of 90 degrees to the ground. So there's a lot of kind of right angles in golf, and that's why when things work well, people say, oh, the swing feels easier, it feels more efficient and less effort, because we like kind of square things, right angles and symmetry, and lots of things working in sort of these right angle positions. If we're in a position to start with where we're not in a good start position, you've then got to try and adjust to the angles you've been given, by trying to change your swing and then lift up and drop down and move this and find space and all those different compensations. If you get enough balls in the range from the same spot, you get a 7-iron straight after about 10 or 15 shots. But how it's going straight is not necessarily the correct way. And then when you get put on a golf course, can you, on one shot, blend all those adjustments together and fall nicely? On occasions you will, but more often than not, it'll be slightly one way, slightly t'other, and a little bit, not quite as good. So work on that posture. What I would suggest, if you can get down the range, generally winter to summer, you're looking at 2/3 practice, 1/3 play in the winter. Summertime, probably 2/3 play, 1/3 practice. If you're down the range, or even at home, that's my time, go in the back garden. Take a video of your swing down the line, or just take a video of your setup. Take it through swing, how's it look? Yeah. I don't want you sort of feel like your neck stretching out here. It should feel or should be a very, very relaxed position, okay? To the point, if I say, like a deadlift, for example, okay? I'm down here, okay? I'm going to hold my arms here, okay? That's a deadlift, because I'm doing this sort of upright row, okay? It shouldn't feel like you're doing this with your neck or stretching here or pushing out. It should just be like from the side here. Now my arms are hanging out from the shoulders. Bow to the golf ball, arms hang down here, okay? Just a softening of the knees, not bending the knees, but just softening the knees there. Arms there, like sort of a seated row position. So I'm going to pull up here, and then my arms there, and that's kind of how your posture needs to be. So yeah, feel free to do it when you're at home, you're bored, in my practice setup. Put the phone down there, stand it up, take a video, boom, send it through to me, go, how'd you look? And I can go back within literally 10 seconds, thumbs up or thumbs down. I go, if it's thumbs down, you've gone too far. It's not fun. I think if you did a few videos yourself, you just see yourself. Yeah. How'd you look? Did it look like this on the left-hand side or that one on the right-hand side? Yeah. Make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Good man. And it makes it easier to turn that. You said you couldn't feel the backswing, so it was a bit like, well, where is that? Tough spot to try again to. Cool. Have a couple more in, buddy, and we'll see how it goes, all right?